What's up guys, thank you guys so much for being here today. I wanted to go over the different shading techniques that I use. We're going to be using a 7 curve mag in order to display these techniques for you here. So these are the 4 different techniques that I use when I'm shading using a mag, right? There's different other techniques that you use, maybe with round shaders or even liners, but these are the 4 techniques that I use when I use a mag. So technique number 1, we're going to go with pendulum shading, right? Pendulum shading is very good for creating transitions, right? Say you're using the contour of the face of like a portrait, a facial portrait or something like that, you know what I mean? The pendulum technique is very good to prevent any impressions that indicate where you started or you stopped, right? You really want to use, I always say like an airplane landing and then taking off, right? Very smooth, boom, boom. There's no abrupt bam starting right here and going off, right? As opposed to like whip shading, right? Whip shading is very starting off and then just whipping it out, right? Okay, so the pendulum shading technique, here we go. Alright. You see that right there? See that right there? All right. Next, we are going to have, I mentioned this earlier, whip shading, right? This is whip shading right here. All right, let's wipe that down. All right, you see in these examples here, right? In this whip shading example here, right? You can clearly indicate, where the shading began and ended, right? Where it starts and where it stops, right? You see how as I move my hand, as I whip it out, you see the needle impressions start to dissipate, right? So it creates this like sort of gradient, you know what I mean? It creates this illusion of going from dark to light, you know what I mean? So that technique is very good for like creating any sort of like gradient and stuff like that, right? All right, now we're gonna have cross hatching. Okay. Now again, cross-hatching doesn't mean, we're going to be going over multiple different directions in multiple different ways, right? We are going in multiple different directions. You want to maintain it around two directions, going this way, going that way. I think anything more than that might create like, inconsistencies in your gradients or shadings or values, you know what I mean? So here, we'll go this way for now. Boom. We'll see what kind of texture we get with this technique here. Okay, going that way. And then going this way now. All right, let's see. All right, you guys see that right there? See that cross hatching going this way and then going this way? You can kind of see it's, cross hatching. You see those multiple directions, right? And you could see where they cross, it creates a darker value there, right? Because it's overlapping. You know what I mean? That's why it's very important when you crosshatch, you maintain, you keep it nice and tight. You want to minimize the space in between each stroke. Otherwise, you're going to have inconsistencies. You're going to have, it's not going to look as good. You can kind of see here, I broke off a little bit too far. You can kind of see that space there, right? That light shading in between, right here and here. You could see that little, right? That's what happens. You're gonna get inconsistencies if you're not nice and tight, right? I just wanted to show you guys that right there. All right, this last technique, we're just gonna be going in like a circular motion, right? Now, this is very good to get certain textures. The circular motion is really good for color packing as well. This is mainly where I see this technique being used, definitely for color, whether it be like a round shader or a mag, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's give it a go and see what kind of texture we get. Okay. See that right there, right? Kind of get this weird patchy texture there. Right. Again, with color, you'd mainly use this technique. Obviously, if I were to use this technique, I probably wouldn't leave it like that. I got to saturate it a little bit more. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what that kind of looks like after giving it like 1 or 2 passes. You know what I mean? You can see here in this middle area that's a little darker. I kind of stayed in that area a little bit longer, more than others. But yeah, thank you guys again for checking this video out. I hope you guys learned something. Please leave any questions or comments down below. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe this video if you learned something as well. And again, let's keep learning together, guys. Appreciate you guys. Take care.